Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi, Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All glories to our wonderful masters, Om Vishnupad, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rokhok, Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Sundar, Om Vishnupad, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, and Srila esse Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, and to whom they are all referring us to and all drawing the grace from Om Vishnupad, Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So suddenly it's time to say a few words, and always, morning, evening, all the time, then we're coming to read something, to hear something from our masters, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. And we are here to hear about the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu brought the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, but he brought also the way in which to chant the Maha Mantra, the great mantra. This is not a sectarian concern. This is actually universal interest, universal application. What is the goal for every soul? It is love of God. The destination is eternity. The destination is the joyful life of service to the Lord. Who is the Lord? Sri Krishna, reality the beautiful. The whole of the revered Vedas, they come to indicate and show us that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And to chant his names, especially in Kali Yuga, is the very process to wake up our consciousness of the Lord in every time, place and circumstance. And how to chant? This has been repeatedly stressed by our masters. We are to chant with a serving attitude, with humility, with tolerance, with giving honor to all others, not only humans, not only our particular creed, color, etc., but to all humans, all life, all species, everything, to give honor everywhere, and not to want honor for oneself. The healthy view, we are told, is that we will see fault in ourselves and not in the environment. Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj explained that we earn our environment. We get our environment according to our actions, according to our mentality. And we cannot complain about the environment because it is a result of our own actions. And he does give the example. And I'll read a few words from Srila Gurudev, from Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj. 2 excerpts today. They're not long, but they really try to, as always Guru Maharaj does, tries to wake us up to the reality of our circumstances. So, the first excerpt is that if suddenly I find myself in the prison house, then who is responsible? There are so many culprits, so many deceitful persons, so many thieves in the prison house. If I find myself in the midst of them, then who is responsible? I have acquired that position because I'm a criminal, so I've been put in the jail with this association. And then Srila Guru Maharaj saying, there is also heavenly association. But instead of that, then we are thinking, why am I put in the prison house where wherever I look I see culprits? Why am I here? Why am I not with heavenly association? Who is responsible? Who? Then Srila Guru Maharaj saying, in this way, I am to try and understand that I am responsible for being there. First, there must be the diagnosis. We have to diagnose, to understand what is our situation. So first there must be the diagnosis, then the treatment and nursing. So nursing and treatment is good, but it must follow the diagnosis. And the diagnosis is, I am the culprit, and the medicines must be applied accordingly. So to accept our environment, we have earned our environment, not to complain, but I am the culprit. So the thing is, my other quote is further on, but I'm going to continue where I am just now. All right. So I am the culprit, and the medicines must be applied accordingly. A thorough cure and not a patch job is what will be advantageous. Then the thorough cure, wholesale treatment is like this. Now we're going to get the thorough cure for our disease, our problem, our association. Tate nukampang su samikshamano gunjana evatma kritang vipakam ridvag vapurbhi vidadhan namaste jiveti yo mukti pade sa daya bhak. Now Guru Maharaj is saying, this is the magical cure for fault finding. Srimad Bhagavatam recommends the system of a magical cure. This is the diagnosis proper. And preaching must be on the basis of this truth. Otherwise, all is haphazard. The Srimad Bhagavatam's preaching is like this. It is deep penetration to the root cause of the disease. Do the Vedas advocate a dreamless sleep induced by renunciation? That is not the conclusion accepted by the Srimad Bhagavatam. The Srimad Bhagavatam has accepted the wholesome, organic life. It is unavoidable that we have to live with some particular paraphernalia. Complete retirement, entering into samadhi or dreamless sleep, is also not the conclusion of life. That is a temporary arrangement. But permanent adjustment must be for Him, for the Lord. Everything is for Him. Hare Krishna. So we're going to come a little later on because I would like to come so a little later on. The whole theme of this, of Srila Guru Maharaj's talk here, is adjusting ourselves to the environment. And I just want to catch on a little bit further on. Because, all right, so continuing the theme, and Srila Guru Maharaj is saying to us here, it is better that we consider ourselves to be faulty, to put blame on another's shoulder. That is ultimately not considered to be very happy or valuable. We should try and learn to blame ourselves. What is coming from outside, I have no concern. The Lord can see, and He sees everything. He is seeing who is responsible. But I won't try to put the blame on others' shoulders. It will not be fruitful. I shall gain if I can find fault within myself and not complain to others about the environment. The environment should be considered to be within His jurisdiction, and it is really so. I am concerned with seeing the defect in only myself. If I attain success, I shall try to attribute it to others, to the grace of the devotees. And if any failure, then I shall try to find the cause within myself, not to blame anybody else. Through this process, we can make real, valuable progress. And that is the most universal process of progress, to find fault with our own selves. And that is the most universal process of progress, to find fault with our own selves. I am responsible for this disgraceful condition. But if there is any good, then that is coming from Him. He is all good. He is watching the environment and is in full control. So, this is included in Him, in God's party. One party, myself. Another party, God's party. He controls everyone, and He is conscious of their activities. Now, it is just a little more. Really, it's worthwhile to hear. So this position would be very advisable. If, without looking at the fault of others, I can search myself and find out the fault is within me and not with them, then this is the key to success in spiritual life. Srimad Bhagavatam has advised us to go on in this way. You will thrive. But when you are finding fault with others, then you will become a loser. Yes, I didn't miss anything. This shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam that we quoted, Tatenu Kampang Susamikshumano, etc., is very effective, very true, and safe in all respects. It is also His grace, the Lord's grace, to be able to see, it is also His grace, to be able to see that the environment is always helpful to you, even in punishment. When the mother is punishing the child, it is from the guardian's side, but it is for the good of the child. So, on the whole, the Lord and His paraphernalia are not vindictive. Yet the punishment comes to correct you. They are fully aware of your defects and your real interest. They are all affectionate. You are responsible. In this process, in time, you will be purified to the highest degree. So, don't go to quarrel with the environment. That environment which you are presently facing is a product of your own karma. You have acquired such environment according to your karma. So, the environment is produced by your own action. You cannot lodge any complaint against that, as you yourself are responsible. This is true. And if you can accept such a truth in your sadhana, in this life, then in no time at all you shall prosper, because divine grace will be attracted most intensely towards you. And a short quote and a very short ending here. Om tad Vishnu paramang padang sada pashyanti surayo diviva chakshu atatam. Tad vipraso vipanyavo jagrivanshaha samindhate Vishnu yat paramang padam. From the Rig Veda. Quote, His vigilant eye, like the sun, is seeing everything, and He is omniscient. His presiding guardian eye over our heads is always looking for us. And then the final sentence from Srila Guru Maharaj. We shall be able to draw His sweet attention, His divine grace towards us very soon if we take this miraculous process of seeing the defect within us, blaming ourselves, and not the outside environment. And somehow in our readings of whatever we are reading in the recent days and times, comes back to this point. We see always stressed the holy name, sadhu sangha, faith, submission, surrender, and humility and tolerance, giving honor to others without wanting honor for ourselves. And this theme of not to see the fault in the environment, but to cure oneself. So today's example given by Guru Maharaj to help us understand, if we are surrounded by prisoners, it's because we've been put into prison. If we are surrounded by criminals, it's because we're in the environment where the criminals are put, which is the prison house. So if we find ourselves in prison, it's because we deserve to be there. And what is our association? Thieves, rascals, rogues, etc. But it's not for us to complain that, oh, they're thieves and rascals. Of course they're thieves and rascals. It's a prison house. So we are in the prison house and we have to cure ourselves. What's the point of pointing out any defects in the others in the defective plane? And so Guru Maharaj in various ways coming to stress this point of it is up to us to try as much as we can to adjust ourselves to the environment, correct our mood, and with the sadhu sangha, with the Vaishnavas, with Guru, the grace of the Vaishnavas, the grace of Guru, the grace of the Lord, then any success we get, any improvement we may find, any distaste for the thievery and the wrong things which have brought us into the prison house, and any taste that we get for the higher plane, we will give all credits to the Vaishnavas and to the Lord for that. And in the meantime, all our failures, all our wrong thoughts, wrong actions, all our suffering in this world, that is ourselves are to blame. No one else is to blame for that. All right. This theme is coming up continuously in our readings recently from Srila Gurudeva and from Srila Guru Maharaj, and within Chaitanya Charitamrita, by the way, we're reading through Chaitanya Charitamrita. And everywhere we are seeing this theme, and here Guru Maharaj is using words like miraculous, about the full cure, the taking away, going deep to take out the root of the problem, which is causing our difficulties, etc. That this miracle cure, this is the universal call, and in all circumstances, then we will try to adopt this, as Guru Maharaj has said, in every circumstance. This is applicable. Not to blame the environment, but to look at ourselves. Okay, dear devotees, very happy that you can spend a few minutes to utilize a few minutes to hear something from our masters. And when we are encouraged by something, when we feel some inspiration, and when we see devotees around us also, like prick up their ears and think, oh, wonderful examples, this is helping to wake us up, we are happy to share that with you, with each other. Jai to our wonderful masters, the author here, Srila Bhakti Rakkhak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, and who has given us access, and everything of Srila Guru Maharaj helped us to understand him fully, giving us the service, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, and who has brought us to Krishna consciousness, brought the whole world to Krishna consciousness, and not only the outside world, India too, in the line of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then Srila esse Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, empowered by Nityananda to do this grand preaching work which has brought us all here. So to Srila esse Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai, and to our grandfather Guru Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and the whole Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga ki jai, and to all of the listeners and all of the unlimited Vaishnavas ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,